The afternoon was outstanding, I would say, with my family.
So
yes.
Is this going to be my future? Now, Father's Day is an interesting thing, first off, because, you want to relax. You want to be able to put the feet up and be like, you know what, it's Father's Day.
Sure.
I don't want to do the things that I normally do during the week or on the weekend. Like, I don't want to, be the guy who's going out and doing yard work and then grilling on Father's Day. I don't want to do that stuff. But then you end up doing that stuff and then spending time with the family, and you're just like, because that's what you're supposed to do, because it's Father's Day and you're the father. So, it's very, very confusing, the two things. But is this my future? Because every person I talk to that's got kids about 10 to 12 years older than me, that all you do is go to sporting events and stuff. That's all you do.
And I love every second of it. Like, there's nothing else I'd rather do. I'm sad we don't have a game tonight.
Okay. So at least you love it.
Absolutely. There's... Especially when it's your kid. If you're coaching a group of 12 kids that aren't yours, maybe on Father's Day you'd rather not coach that game.
Sure.
But when you've got your son as part of the group, it's there's nothing better than it.
Now, you never had to do like dance recital stuff, obviously, because you have two sons.
Correct.
So I had a dance recital situation on Friday.
You're in a different world.
Yeah.
A world I don't know.
Right. So luckily there were 33.
Oh, I thought you were going to say luckily it got canceled.
No. No, it was on Friday. Weather was beautiful. Could not have been nicer. It was in an outdoor event. It was actually the same place that Walker Hayes concert is going to be. So that's how big of a venue it was.
Very cool.
So, it's absolutely nuts. So we show up there. Everybody's rushing to get seats because nobody has tickets. It's just a free-for-all. And then people, what they do is they'll sit down and then they'll put their personal items across like 7 or 8 chairs to save seats for people who haven't shown up yet. Mm-hmm. And then they take all the front rows.
Because they're waiting for Grandma and Grandpa.
Right. So my wife does not take well to this. So she's like, what are you talking about? People are not here. They're not here. We're here. They're not here. So I'm like, all right, calm down. My mother-in-law starts, she gets cranked up. It's like someone takes her and starts cranking her up. And she's like, this is ridiculous. I don't see anybody. Where are they? They're probably still on the LIE. So then I'm like, all right, everybody calm down. There's seats a couple rows back.
It's very much like the pool seats at a resort by the pool. People go out there at 8 a.m., put their stuff down. They'll come back at noon.
Yeah.
I know.
Total bull crap. So anyway, we got like a seat in the second row. We were lucky enough to get a couple seats in the second row. My parents, however, had to go back into like the 10th row because I wasn't then going to do what everybody else was doing that we were complaining about. So we sent them back there. There were 33 routines. Luckily, Sabrina was 13. So,
which is actually good.
It was not that bad. So I had to watch 12 groups of children I didn't care about at all.
See that right there. So my niece, I remember when she was doing cheerleading. I never did the recital of the dance thing, but when my niece was doing cheerleading, that's the problem with those events. It's not that you don't want to be there. It's not you don't want to support your daughter. It's that you have, no offense, you have to sit through dozens and dozens and dozens of kids and teams that, quite frankly, you don't know or care about.
Yeah, right, of course. So, there was a group that was even younger than Sabrina, like 2-year-olds who came out that was, like, kind of cute because, like, they have no idea what they're doing. So then Sabrina's group finally comes out, and she's terrified of all the people that are in the audience.
Right.
So she comes out. First of all, she gets distracted by something that's on the stage. So there's a bug or something, I don't know, on the stage. So she's the only one that's turned around. So everybody's like looking out to the crowd. She's turned around, staring at this thing. So I'm like, oh, God. And then she turns around and she sees all the people, and her face is just like, oh, my God. So she's like scared to death, like doing these routines, like trying to smile, like move, but she's scared to death. And I'm like, so we just went through all of this, all this money. Everything, weeks, months, dance, this, running down to the seats, fighting other parents for 2 minutes of my daughter to be scared to death. Yeah, however long bushel and a peck is. I love you, a bushel and a peck, a bushel and a peck, and a hug around the neck. Around the neck. Yeah, that's what it was. And then,
am I correct that they strongly suggest you do not leave until it's over?
Oh, yeah, but I hadn't moved that fast in years.
Oh, so you did get out.
Oh, yeah, I was like the road runner. My feet had to catch up to my body. Yeah, right out of there. And then, like, I'm not going to be like, Sabrina, what happened? Like, why,
Sure.
Why? I was like, oh, you were great. We're so proud of you, the whole thing. You give her flowers and everything else. But she was scared to death.
When's the next one?
Oh, God.
I guess I know it's scheduled.
Yeah, and then I see like the older kids that did this. It's not scheduled any time in the summer. I think it'll start up again in the fall, I think. But I see all these other kids that are older that were doing this, that are in high school. I'm like, you've been doing this? Like, these parents have been doing this for 10,
and spending
12.
lots of cash.
Right.
Yeah.
For what exactly?
For them to excel.
I guess, but I mean, I don't know.
I
Whatever.
know.
So anyway, that was my Father's Day penance, I guess.
Well, it was Friday, so that's okay. You had a nice weekend, though. The
No,
weather
I
was
did not.
really okay. You did not.
No, did not.
All right.
The fishing tournament got canceled. Actually,
Why?
It got postponed.
The weather was great Saturday.
Nah, wind, small craft advisory.
Oh,
Small craft advisory.
Yeah, you know what? I forgot about that. We were on the field, so I was on the field from noon to 6 on Saturday.
Yeah.
And as the day went on, the sun left.
Right.
The clouds rolled in, and there was we had dust storms from the dirt from the infield. I forgot about that.
Yeah, they postponed it to next weekend, which is Summer's first birthday party. So
taking her on the boat?
Yeah, right. Imagine. I'll wait her at the way station. Look at this. I caught a baby out there in the Great South
So
Bay.
that's it. So you're out of that.
Yeah,
now.
that's out of it.
All
Yeah.
right, then.
Such a bummer.
But at least yesterday was great, right?
Oh, sure, it was
Oh,
awesome.
okay.
Yeah, trying to watch the U.S. Open and the Mets while chasing around a toddler that all she
So that's
wants
a no
to do,
as well.
All she wants to do is crawl up the stairs. That's it. So just
Put a gate up.
I know, but the thing is, she'll just whine and whine and whine. So I decided it's better to just follow her up the stairs while watching whatever I want to watch on my phone and watching her. You think that's not a good idea?
This is something seen.
That was the best way to do
Just
it.
keep your leg out in case she falls.
Yeah, so
Oh,
so I did this whole thing where she'd crawl over to the stairs, and then I pick her up, and then bring her back into the living room where the TV is on, trying to watch to see if Will Zalatoris wins so I could win $580. And then she crawls back to the stairs, and I was like, all right, screw it. Finally, I just went usopen.com on the phone and just let her go up and down the
that
stairs.
is some weekend.
Oh, it was terrible. But then again, was it really? Because here I was spending time with my family.
Listen, we're having fun with it, of course.
Yeah. So I did say this is an actual real exchange between my wife and I. So when the fishing tournament gets canceled, she goes, do you want to go to the Strawberry Festival in Manitowoc?
No.
And this was my line. I'm not exaggerating. I said, I would rather choke to death on a strawberry than go to the Strawberry Festival. That's what I told her. Then she was like, okay. Well, I guess that's a no. I said, there's absolutely no way you will catch me dead at that thing. Drive all the way out to Manitowoc, which is basically you're falling off the North Fork of Long Island.
It is amazing how, and I told you that I've been reading this Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus book.
Yeah.
We are so completely different as human beings that it is absurd. Like, the thought that any guy wants to go to a strawberry festival ever.
Right, I know, but the thing is you do it, you see how excited the kids are and everything else. I'm like, she's going to love whatever we do today. She's going to be dragging us around, whatever, running outside. We'll go for a walk, she'll ride her bike. She'll watch her iPad. She's going to be happy doing no matter, she's not, you think when she's giving a speech at the wedding or they're thanking us at the rehearsal dinner when she gets married, she's going to be like, listen, when you took me to that goddamn strawberry festival when I was 4 years old, showed me how much you love me. Thanks, Dad.
But even listening, I don't know if you heard it or not because I think I leave earlier than you, but listening to Sal talk about his band.
Why do you bring up
what did you think?
Yeah, I know. I actually almost called him up driving in. Because I had all this pent-up energy from this weekend.
God.
I almost called him up driving in.
Now, listen, I brought Joseph when he was, whatever it was, a year. I think we started taking him to games. Matthew, not until he was 4.
Yeah.
Joseph, because I was knee-deep into it with Matthew, he started coming to games at 9 months.
Yeah.
He was easy, though. He really was. And so once we did it once, I'm like, and then the first time we did it, it was just me and Matthew. My wife was working. I'm like, I'm going to try this. Went to a Devils game. I think it was 9 or 10 months. And I brought the bag and I did the whole thing. I'm like, listen, I told my son, if this doesn't go well, we're just going to get up, leave. We'll listen to the game on the way home. We'll get home, watch the third period.
Right.
No problem. Got it. And he was fine. So once I did it once, I'm like, it's no problem. It's okay.
Yeah.
But to not go there thinking that it might be a problem is his first mistake. Number 2, and no disrespect, his wife's not a sports fan.
Right.
She probably don't want to be there anyway.
Of course.
So why would you even try?
Yeah, I would never. I never even thought once to bring Sabrina to a game or Summer now to a game ever, especially a Yankee or Met game. Like, now that Sabrina's 4, like, I'm thinking about bringing her to a Long Island Ducks game, but, like, I'm not going to – there's just no way I'm going to end up bringing her to Citi Field.
And it costs too much money.
Well, yeah,
It'll
right.
waste your time.
You're just wasting your money and wasting your day and
For
just
sure.
fighting with everybody. Yeah, I mean, you got to understand the things that you do with your kids at that age and the things that you do without them.
Hey, honey, the Johnsons invited us to a barbecue. I know you don't know the husband, but they'd like us to come over next week. You want to go? No, I don't, as a matter of fact.
Nope.
No,
thank you. So anyway, yeah, that was the weekend. And then lots of sports watching it, but when I could. I mean, I'm watching more sports on my phone these days. It's like...
Hey, I can't do it.
I don't want to do it, but I don't have a choice.
Well,
it's like
no.
the days, like, you know, everybody who's got kids that are older forget what this period is like.
I don't.
Maybe you don't. Everybody else I talk to, they're like, what do you mean you can't do this? What do you mean you can't do that?
I look at to me, it's about the apps now and being able to go back and watch things. I mean, listen, when my kids were younger, I didn't have MLB.TV back then.
Yeah.
But I did record the games on DVR and I would watch games later. It was different. The phone thing, I don't know. I can't see it enough. I guess I'm getting old. My eyes aren't great. But if it works for you, great.
Well, I mean, it's really the only thing that does work. It's the only thing that I like I said. I mean, when you've got a toddler that is constantly moving and she crawls everywhere. You know, I can't have a TV in every room. I can't have it's not like I live in a Buffalo Wild Wings. You know, there's certain rooms that have televisions and certain rooms that don't. You know, and it's absolutely impossible. And then when you have 2 now, it's split up, and then Gina's outside doing whatever, and I'm trying to watch the U.S. Open yesterday, which pissed me off too, which just ended this whole, so Boomer and I picked those 5 golfers,
Yep.
2 of which we would have won legitimate cash with. It's Scotty Scheffler and Will Zalatoris. And, of course, Brace's face ends up coming in and taking this thing down.
I'm with Al on this. I heard him on the warm-up show with CeeLo before. It's when someone that you really aren't aware of
sucks
wins I don't know. It just
takes it out of it.
And especially, and not a regular weekly event, the majors, like the big ones, or even the Players' Championship, not a major, but, you know, the 5th type of major. Like, you want to see the stars win the big events, or at least a household name. And there were names there, as you mentioned, that were close, but I don't know.
No, I mean, once he won, it was off right away. Didn't care about anything he had to say. I know he won there as an amateur, whatever. I mean, so I guess that's a cute story, but it was just
That's neat, you know. Was it 10 years ago or 8 years ago, whatever it was?
Yeah,
Something
maybe
like
a little longer than that. I don't even remember. But no, I guess it was 8 years ago. But yeah, I mean, it's just funny. Like, Gina goes, why are you so into this? I'm like, because I bet on it. What do you think?
Yeah.
That's why I'm so into it.
It makes it more interesting for sure.
I mean, Will Zalatoris was $20 to win $580.
Yeah.
I mean, you think when he missed that putt on 18, I was happy about that? And see the Fitzpatrick celebrate?
Think about you. You are locked in on Will Zalatoris on Father's Day Sunday.
I know. I just wanted to sit there and relax. Like, isn't that what fathers are supposed to do on Father's Day? Like, sit there, have dip on their shirt, watch golf, and fart. Like, isn't that what we're supposed to do?
You can make the case. Some people definitely do that. And I heard a lot of people say, you know, you go play golf, you spend your time away, you come home, dinner's ready. To each his own. It's different for every home, I would say.
Yeah, I saw a video of Matt Martin, actually, that Sydney posted, where he clearly was coming home from golfing in the morning to greet Winnie, you know, on Father's Day. And I'm like, this is too perfect. I mean, he could not be better looking. You know, he gets out of his giant truck. His hair is just like flowing in the wind. His pecs are popping through his golf shirt. You know, Winnie is running. You know, and he leans down. She's smiling. He's smiling. I'm like, this is ridiculous. This is not life. How is this possible?
Meantime, you're at a dance recital and you're fishing tournament.
Right, exactly. Yeah, and I'm sitting there watching
golf on your phone.
My daughter with a full poop diaper going up the steps like this, and I'm like, oh, God. So I got to change her while I'm trying to watch Will Zalatoris.
I would say a little bit of a
tee shot.
Different experience.
Yeah, just a little bit. But I tell you, that was one hell of a video. It's probably still up there on Instagram if you want to see it.